Hey guys, it's Brian at Remax 8. Hope you're well. It is Friday the 14th of December. I wanted to give you guys a snapshot of the real estate market in Blacksburg, where we are today and what went on over the last year. So let me jump into these numbers and show you some specifics so that you'll have some facts. I don't want you guys to just talk about and think about ethereal numbers. I want to show you some hardcore facts to help you guys make a good decision in terms of knowing whether or not you want to purchase a home in Blacksburg or Christiansburg. So let's jump into this. I'm going to start with Christiansburg. Christiansburg was actually a better market to me than Blacksburg this year. Let me get into these numbers and I'll show you why. First, let me start by saying that I did not reduce this to any specific price point. These are across all price points in Christiansburg, all types of homes, single-family, detached, attached, multifamily, lots, land, condos, townhomes. It's all in here, all square footage, all years, all bedrooms, etc. So this is across the board, broad range, wide parameters. Let's look at average sales price. Average sales price in November of 2017 was $178,000. Today it sits at $194,000. Excuse me, that's the median. Let's go to the average. Average is $185,000, and today it sits at $207,000. That is it's a little more than 10% increase in average sales prices. That is a huge climb in terms of wealth. If we brought that down home and said, okay, if I buy a $250,000 home today, and next year if average prices go up 10%, I made $25,000 on that piece of property. I'm $25,000 more wealthy. I've gained $25,000 in equity. I have $25,000 more of borrowing power that I can leverage to invest. So that is a crucial number when we're looking at average sales prices. Let's look at new listings. New listings are down from where they were last year at this time. The amount of homes for sale in November of 2017 was 222. Now it's down to 184. That is a huge swing in number of homes for sale. So what we're seeing is a lot of the frustration and pent-up demand that's been in Blacksburg looking for homes, they're giving up. There's just nowhere to buy a home in Blacksburg, relatively speaking, so they're all moving into the Christiansburg market. So what that has done for Christiansburg has been very good for people who own homes there, and it's driven prices up, and the supply and demand imbalance has certainly created a market that feels like Blacksburg just a few years back. So the number of pending sales are up, of course, because the people that are moving into that market wanting to buy homes. The number of closed sales are up. Days on market are down. Average days on market are way down. Month supply. This is a pretty important metric as in the realtor world. And let me explain to you what month of supply is. If we stopped listing property today in Christiansburg and we continue to sell property at the rate that they are selling today, that in 3.9 months we would be out of real estate completely. Now, we use this metric to determine if a market is balanced, if it's a buyer's market, if it's a seller's market. I think national average across the board runs anywhere from 5.2 to 5.5, so we are well below that in Christiansburg. So that is probably one of the best indicators of, is it a buyer's market, is it a seller's market? It's certainly a seller's market in Christiansburg. I put a brick home on the market a couple days ago. In one day, had 4 offers. It bid up over asking price. Again, this is Christiansburg. This is something that this wasn't even common in Blacksburg a few years back. It's extremely common now, and now it's moved over into the Christiansburg market. The percentage of list price, they're getting on average 99% of list price. That tells you that a lot of these homes are selling for more than asking, if the average is going to be 99, because we understand that some sell below asking price. So that's a really strong average in Christiansburg in terms of percentage of list price. Price per square foot, median is up. Average is up. The average is $113 a square foot. And where were we a year ago? $105. So again, another good metric to determine that pricing is up. Home values are up. Dollar amounts don't matter quite as much in this in the example that I'm trying to set for you. So let's go to Blacksburg. Let's go to Blacksburg and look at this market. Crunching the numbers. Okay, average sales price in Blacksburg a year ago, $279, and now we're just a little under $300, $295. So again, home values in Blacksburg have risen. The number of new listings are down. Again, this is what's pushing people over into the Christiansburg market. The number of homes for sale, again, this is a cliff. They're sliding off now, 173. That sounds like a lot, but when you're talking about condos, townhomes, land, multifamily, lots that is very, very few properties in Blacksburg proper, not just the town of Blacksburg, but in the zip code of Blacksburg that are for sale. Now, the number of pending sales are going to be way down because we just don't have that much inventory to sell. And again, closed sales are going to be down as well. That's just, again, it's always going to run parallel to how much real estate you have on the market and how many are selling. And it's so tight here that those two numbers are going to be down. Days on market, again, very, very low. Month supply here, again, look at the same. These are going to run fairly parallel to Christiansburg. Percentage of list price, again, we're still averaging 99% or better. Some of this has been better just in the last few months. Price per square foot, again, is up. So why I said Christiansburg was a better market this past year was this number here. The average sales price in Blacksburg grew 5%, and in Christiansburg it grew 10%. So the reason I wanted to share this with you guys is to encourage you that if you're renting a home and want to buy, do it now. Interest rates have been ticking up this year, and they're going to continue to go up. I don't see them going up over the next year that much more. We're still historically at a low. I think historic averages are around 6%, and we're still in the high fours. So, yes, it's going to give you some heartburn to purchase a home today, but tired of talking to a blank screen. So it's going to give you some heartburn to purchase in this market today, but just bear in mind, if you see a 10% increase in property value just next year alone, you'll be glad you made that. I'll use the $250,000 example. If you spend $250,000 on a home, put 10% down, it's $25,000 out of pocket. But if it grows in value in 10% in 1 year, you just made a 100% return on your money in 1 year. That's not including the principal that you're driving down by making that payment either, or the tax write-offs that you get in terms of the mortgage interest deduction if you're over that $20,000 mark that the new administration put into play. But anyway, don't need to get in the weeds with that. The point is, it's a great idea to be buying property in Christiansburg and Blacksburg. So if you guys have any questions about that, please feel free to call me, email me, go to my website at realestateinblacksburg.com. That is a very exhaustive real estate website. It will give you massive search engines. It'll save your searches. It'll send you drips of any new listings that are made available immediately in the price point that you're looking. It will give you it'll give you home valuation tools. That is a great resource if you want to do property searches in the area and just kind of stay in the loop in terms of where prices are and what's being made available. So since we're here, it's almost Christmas. Merry Christmas to you guys. I hope you've had a great year. And I hope you have a very prosperous and healthy 2019. And I'll be talking to you soon, okay? Take care.